Hello amazing leaders, and welcome to day 44 of the amazing 90-day challenge. Just one day away from being halfway. I can't believe we've got to halfway already. The title of today's little topic here is No Complaints Here. So when was the last time that you complained about something? Can you remember? Was it recently? Was it ages ago? Have you never complained about anything in your life? Or was it just a few moments ago before you started listening to this podcast or watching this social media video as well? How did that complaining improve the overall situation? Did it make it better? Did you feel better? Did the other person or the company that you were complaining to feel better? Did it actually get you the resolve you wanted in as quick a time fashion as you wanted? Or did it maybe not improve the situation at all? Did you actually go to the back of the list of people that they were trying to help for whatever reason that might be? How about the last time someone complained to you? What was that experience like? Was it justified that they complained? Was it out of line? Was it something that you handled well, or did you not deal with that situation very well at all and wish on hindsight that you'd actually answered some of those complaints in a different way? I want you to think about this as a topic overall, about complaining and complaints. And I want you to think, when someone's complaining to you or you're complaining to somebody else, what are you actually trying to achieve here? Did your complaint make them want to help you more or help you less? I think it's really interesting as to how we can come across when we're complaining. And if we are amazing leaders, which is what we're trying to be, then we've got to be able to complain in a positive way. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But just before we do, I want to share with you why you have to be so careful as to who you complain to. Now, I've got a story, and this involved me personally. I was phoning a company that was providing us with something, and they were just taking forever to do it. Now, unbeknown to me, they were also a customer of ours as well. So they were late on what they were promising, multiple emails, multiple phone calls, chasing, all from my side as to what they were supposed to have delivered weeks ago. And I wasn't necessarily feeling in the most charitable and most upcoming way of being able to help solve this problem. However, I didn't do what a lot of people do and started off by shouting or screaming or worse, even swearing at people as to why I have been left to make up whatever it is, that the story is between them and us, and why the parts that we were after had not been delivered. Thank goodness I did, because as I was going through and talking to a new person I'd never spoken to before, another salesperson in their team, she said, "Oh, that's you and that's your company. Oh, it's really nice to speak to you. You've helped us out so much with what we were after. Let me help you now to try and get this situation resolved." So not only would I have upset her and maybe made that situation worse, but I may have almost lost ourselves a customer as well had I started to complain in a horrible way to this person that I didn't even know. And I think that's half the battle. Sometimes when we're on the phone to somebody, or maybe even worse over email, we're not feeling like we're dealing with a real person that's face to face with you. Most people in this world are nice people. Most people don't wake up each morning trying to upset you as a customer and make you wait longer than you should have done for whatever it is that you were wanting to wait for or to get. So when we're over the phone or email, try and put yourself in a situation where you're actually face to face with them, and how differently would you be able to interact and respond and ask them what you're after as well. So how can you get your points of view across without going to the bottom or the back of the list because you've upset somebody? We just spoke about it. Whilst you're on the phone, this is a very old school phrase that some of you may or may not have heard, but it's very simply this: smile while you dial. That is what you must do. It's often used as a sales technique and tack, which is what it is. I don't necessarily like that or what have you, but if you're smiling whilst you're phoning somebody and you've got that smile on your face when they answer, it's amazing how different your tone of voice will be, your attitude, everything about you changes when you smile, even if you're having to fake it. And sometimes you have to fake it a lot because you're upset with this company. That person just works for that company. They probably haven't deliberately held your order up or made you wait longer than you thought you'd have to wait. So smiling whilst you dial helps you to improve your mindset and your feelings before you even speak to somebody. You can also do this by adding a smile emoji to your emails. Now again, that's quite old school, but there's a phrase that hasn't changed in a very long time, and it says a picture's worth 1,000 words. And emails are so difficult to read. You're not sure whether the person's angry or upset or happy or sad or whatever they are. By adding a small smile emoji at the end of your email, or if it's an online form or a text box, whatever it might be, that can just change the attitude of the person receiving it so that they know that when you're typing that, you had a smile on your face. So maybe you just try that for a while as well. So there's a couple of things there. Whilst you're dialing and speaking to somebody, be smiling, and when you're typing, remember to add in a smile emoji that will make that email sound a bit better, and they'll read it a lot better as well. The other option that you can do as well that I'd really encourage you to do is to ask for help. When you speak to somebody, don't start off by complaining, where's my order? Why haven't you done what you said you're going to do? Just ask them for help. Can you help me, please? I need your help. We need to get to the bottom of this, and you're the person that's picked up the phone, so let's help each other out here. Here's our details. Can you find it on your system? And I really need your help. Thank you so much. Be polite. Use your manners. Pleases and thank yous go a long way when you're speaking to somebody about a situation like this, especially if they're in a customer service department. Lots of customer service people often are getting their ears bitten off all day long by people that are upset. Again, it's not their fault necessarily that that's happened to you. So you asking for their help, you saying please and thank you, it would make you stand out a mile compared to all the other people that are phoning up and complaining about the situation as well. That way you are getting your point across, but you're not complaining and you're not going to the bottom of the list as well. So there's 3 things there that hopefully you can help you to go to the top of the list while still getting your point of view across, so you're not just being a doormat. You can smile whilst you dial, you can add a smile emoji to your emails, and you can ask for help and use your manners around that whenever you speak to somebody. Be memorable for the right reasons. Be an amazing leader. Be there so that people can hang up that call and say, wow, you never guess who I've had on the phone. This person was amazing. We've really upset them, yet sounded like they were smiling on the end of the phone. They sounded happy that I was actually able to help them, and that made them feel good as well. So try those things next time you have a complaint. Here's one of the biggies. One thing that I want you to also think about, and whilst you're out and about with other people, is don't hang around with others who complain, because it would just bring you down. Maybe you've got someone in your close group of friends or even in your family that just complains about everything. Nothing is good enough. No meal is good enough if you go out for it. They could have cooked it better themselves. No service is good enough. Anything and everything that they do, they just complain the whole time. Don't hang around with those people. Life is far too short to hang around with complainers and moaners and people that will not only bring you down, but the other people around them as well. So watch out for that. Be on your guard for people that are going to complain all the time about things that maybe you just think, that's okay. I wouldn't have complained about that. It's not that bad. And maybe the person was just having a bad day on the other end of whatever you were receiving. So I hope those things are helpful, and that you can use some of them, and that they're things that you can action straight away as well. Let me